In this video, I'm going to go over the best ways to get into ketosis fast. Hello and welcome to Total Health with Dr. Nick, where my purpose is to inspire, empower, and motivate you to live longer, healthier, and more abundant lives. And guys, this is a great video because I get questions about this all the time, both with my virtual patients, my in-office patients, and that is, how do I get into ketosis fast? You know, so many of you know the benefits of ketosis, and if you're not aware of them, go back and watch some of my previous videos where I go over all the different benefits of being in ketosis. But this one is, how do we get in it fast? Because many of you are experiencing, maybe you'd overindulge a little bit on the weekend, maybe you went to a party, maybe it's during the holiday season, and you're going out and being very, very festive, and you start to really cause a lot of havoc to your body. But how do I get back into ketosis fast, or how do I just kind of undo what I did over the weekend? Well, that's what we're going to talk about today. So let's start off with, obviously the first one is going to be fasting, okay? I'll be honest with you, this is a show that my wife and I love to watch. It's called Naked and Afraid. So those of you out there who've been watching it, you know what I'm talking about. It's a really great show. But this show is really all about people who are in survival mode. They're out there in wherever they put them, in really, really dangerous climates where there's a lot of animals, wherever it may be. They're having to find food, they're having to find water. They're just trying to survive the elements. So this is probably the best way I've ever seen someone get into ketosis fast, because as soon as they're dropped off, they're trying to find water, they're trying to build a shelter, and they're trying to find food right away. So after a few days of not eating, they're in ketosis. So for those of you who are maybe not familiar with the state, it's really when your body runs out of stored glucose. We call it glycogen. It's stored in the muscle and stored in the liver. When your body runs out of it, now it has to burn fat for fuel. In doing that, the fat is converted to ketones or ketone bodies, and that's what your body uses for fuel. Like I said, more information on this, go check on some of my other videos. Anyway, these people, when they're in this survival mode, they're fasting. They might not eat for 2-3 days, 5 days, 6 days, whatever it may be. Their body gets into ketosis really, really fast. So fasting is by far the best and fastest way to do it. Now, there's different kinds of fasts. You can do a 24-hour fast, you can do a 36-hour fast, or you can do a 72-hour fast. Or maybe in a 48-hour fast. I should have thrown that one in. But all these different time frames are just 1, 2, or 3 day fast that you can be experiencing where you're not eating anything. Maybe you're on water, maybe you're using coffee, whatever it may be. You're not eating, you're not taking in calories, so your body is burning fat for fuel. It's already gone through the glycogen storage, and now it's onto fat, and when it's burning fat, it's producing ketones. Another way to do it is maybe intermittent fasting. A lot of you already know about that. It's very, very popular. We call it 16-8 fasting, where you're not eating for 16 hours and then you eat for 8. You can even do it for longer than that. You can do it for 20 to 4 hours. So maybe you're only eating over a 4-hour period, and you could actually get 2 meals in then. But basically, you're shortening your eating window to 8 hours. Or like I said, you can do 20 fasting and 4 where you're actually eating. Or you can even try using bone broth. That's another great way to fast. It doesn't have to be where you're not eating at all. Some people just use bone broth. They want the amino acids. Maybe they're still exercising. They want that protein, but they're not eating what they normally would. They're giving their body a break. And the bone broth is a great idea because it's also really, really good for your gut microbiome. So it helps to repair and heal that when you're not eating. Instead, you're just having bone broth. Some people have even used MCT oil. Now, what is that? MCT oil means medium chain triglycerides. The best way to get MCT oil is basically buying MCT oil, or it comes also in coconut. Now, coconut's got a lot of other oils, a lot of longer chain fatty acids, but there are MCTs in it. But like I said, the best and easiest way to get MCT oil, which is great for brain function, cognitive function, is to actually buy MCT oil. Now, there's different types. There's caprylic, caproic, capric, and lauric acid. The best one is C8. That's the one that's going to be most readily usable by your liver to be converted to ketones. So if you can find the ones with C8 in it, that's going to be your best one. I also did a video on that too. Check it out on how to find the best MCT oils. Another thing is OMAD. Now, what does OMAD mean? 1 meal a day. Okay, so that's a great way to do it, where you're really shortening up your eating window to just one meal a day. So that might be just 1 hour. Now, it's very important that if you are doing this, make sure that you're getting in, enough calories in that one meal. Now, this isn't truly fasting, just like MCT isn't truly fasting and bone broth isn't truly fasting, but I'm giving you other ways to really tighten up your eating window so that way you can still get all the benefits of fasting, but yet you're still not starving yourself or feeling like you're really depleted. Okay, I don't want you to feel like you can't do this for any period of time. It's just too difficult. So doing these other things make it easier. So with OMAD, you're eating one meal a day. So that means you might go 23 hours without eating, and it's best not to go without snacking too, because you don't want to keep spiking blood glucose and blood insulin. So one meal a day just means you eat that one meal, make sure there's enough calories in it. Maybe it's 1,000, maybe it's 2,000 calories if you really can fit it in. But at the same time, you're making sure you're getting in 1 hour of eating to 23 hours of not eating. Next best way to do it, reduce carbs. Okay, your body needs carbs, of course, as a source for energy, but you know what? Just like a hybrid car, you can override that and you can turn to fats for fuel. That's the great benefit of being on a higher fat, moderate protein, lower carb diet. So get your carbs under 10 grams a day. Now, for some of you, that may be really difficult. Just getting it down to 50 may be tough, but try it out. See if you can get it down to about 10 grams a day. And there's so many different apps out there that you can use to measure this and see what your macros are, which is your proteins, fats, and carbs. Makes a nice pie chart so you can see how many grams you're taking in a day and also to what percentage of your calories it is a day. So less than 10 grams a day will absolutely start to get your body into ketosis. Now, it may take a little longer than fasting, but still, it's a great way to do it. Next is alternating fats. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, one day, take in enough fats that your body is using dietary fat for fuel. The next day, lower your fats. Now, by lowering your fats, now your body says, hey, wait, we didn't get it in through the diet. Where else are we going to get it from? Oh yeah, around the waist. That's on my thighs and on my butt and on my, love handles over here, things like that. So by making sure you're alternating between days, so decreasing and switching from burning dietary fat to burning body fat by alternating and changing the fat consumption in a day. So once again, lower your dietary fat and your body starts to burn more belly fat or body fat. Then change it, keep mixing it up. I'm very big into diet variation, so keep mixing it up and keep your body guessing. Next is reduce stress. It's a fact. During the holidays, during any time of the year when you're under a lot more stress, you tend to put more weight on. Not just because you're eating more, but because your body, when it secretes cortisol, starts to spike insulin and starts to spike your blood sugar. Your body's going into survival mode, so all it knows is, hey, I might have to run, I might have to escape somewhere. I have to survive, so let's spike blood sugar. So cortisol rising brings up insulin, and insulin prevents ketosis. So keep your stress levels down, whether you're doing meditation, doing a lot of prayer, letting go and letting God. That's one thing I like to do. It's difficult because I like to control everything. But at the same time, I've really learned to just let it go. Let God handle it. That's what God's here for. So even if you don't go that route, just start to maybe meditate. Maybe start to do other things like walking and so on that help to reduce your stress levels. Maybe change jobs. I don't know. Keep your stress levels down so your body reduces insulin, and then it can get into ketosis a whole lot easier. Next is low intensity exercise. Now, I know I typically talk a lot about high intensity exercise, HIIT training, which I love. But when you're trying to get into ketosis, it's best, once again, to keep your cortisol levels low. One thing that high intensity exercise does is it causes more cortisol to be secreted. So you want to keep your cortisol levels low, work out with lower intensity, longer duration. Okay, not typically what I recommend, which is high intensity, short duration. So for this, just as you get into ketosis, you want to start off really low and slow, and then start to build up as your body gets more used to it. Now, there's something I want to talk about, and guys, make sure you watch to the end because I'm going to really give you some help at the end. For some of you out there who are really struggling with other health issues, I've got an important message for you. But anyway, what I want to talk about right now is something we call the GKI index. This is to really know if you're in ketosis or not. Many of you will say to me, Dr. Nick, I don't know, this ketosis didn't work for me. The ketogenic diet didn't work, or the metabolic healing diet didn't work. Well, my question to you is this: were you actually in ketosis? Oh, yeah, I checked my ketone monitor. I was 0.5, I was in ketosis. Maybe, maybe not. And I'll tell you why. Because as long as your body has sugar floating around in your system and your insulin levels are up, you're probably not going to go into ketosis. So the best way to know this is with your GKI index, glucose ketone index. How do we figure this out? Well, basically you take your blood sugar, you divide it by 18, and then you divide that number by your ketone number. Okay, I'll say it again. Blood sugar, divide it by 18, divide that by your ketone number. So what does that look like? Well, let's say you take your blood sugar and it's 96. You divide that by 18 and you get 5.33. You take that number and now divide that by your ketone number. In this case, person measured at 0.8. So we take that number, we get 6.6. Now what does that mean? Well, the best numbers to be in, most people, if you're in a 4 to 6 range, you're doing great. That's amazing. I've had my clients get down into the lower range where it's 1 to 3. If you're 1 to 3, that is outstanding. You are a rock star. And if you're in that range, you are surely burning fat for fuel. However, if you're above 6, so technically 6'6", 7 to 12 in that range, you're not in ketosis. So how do you get yourself into ketosis? One, you can get your blood sugar levels down more, maybe get it down to 85 and see what that does. Next, you can also bring your ketones up a little bit. Maybe get it to 1.5, 1.8, 2.0, whatever it may be. Raise that number, and that will get this number right here lower. And like I said, 1 to 3, you are a rock star. 4 to 6, you're doing great. That's a great therapeutic amount, and your body will be burning fat for fuel. If you're 7 to 12, not in ketosis. Okay, guys, I hope you love this video. Like I said, stick around. I've got an important message for some of you who are really struggling with health issues. Other than that, guys, I love and appreciate you. Thanks for watching. This is Dr. Nick. I will see you on the next video. Bye-bye. Hey, guys, I just want to take a moment to speak with you. You know, so many of you are struggling, you're suffering, whether it be with weight loss or weight issues. You're struggling with diabetes or heart disease or any other type of metabolic disorder. Well, you're not alone. Right now, there's over 133 million people who are struggling with diabetes or prediabetes. More than 78% of our population is overweight, and the majority of them are actually obese. Well, guys, there's no shortage of information out there. There's information everywhere. In fact, it's daunting. It's like drinking water from a fire hose, and you're thinking, I don't know what to believe. I don't know what's out there, what's true, what's not true, who to believe, who not to believe. And actually, it's so much information, it's so hard to process. But the important thing to realize is, although there's information out there, there's no transformation. There's so much information. We have things you can Google, you can YouTube, you can look up anywhere. There's no shortage of gyms, yet we still have so many of our population that is sick and struggling with health issues with no answers in sight. And once again, like I said, there's information, but no transformation. And guys, it's all about transformation. And that's what we'd like to do for you, is to help you transform your body, to help you live the life that God created you to be. So many of you have a sole purpose that you know you're not fulfilling because you don't feel well, or your head hurts, or your body aches, or you just don't have enough energy to take on the day. Well, guys, what we're offering you is opportunity to get some help. Don't try to figure this out on your own. There's so much information. It's so hard to figure it all out on your own. Well, you don't have to. If you want more information about how we can help you, just click the link down below. I put a link in the description box that'll take you to a webinar. You can watch the webinar, and if it makes sense to you, if it resonates with you, if it vibes with you, and if you really feel it's in your heart to look into it further, at the end of the webinar, it gives you an option to schedule a call with me. We'll get on a call, we'll laugh, we'll cry, we'll find out what's working and not working in your health. We'll find out what your health goals are. Really, where do you want to go with your health if you can have optimal health? And if I can help you achieve that, I'll show you what that looks like. If not, that's okay too. I'll do the best I can to steer you in the right direction as to what serves you the best. But it all starts with you raising your hand, clicking the link and going to the webinar, and then scheduling a call. From there, like I said, we'll figure out if we can help you. If not, my goal is to give you clarity, but more importantly, to give you the next action steps that you need to be taking to regain your health. So guys, I look forward to speaking with you. I love and appreciate you, and I hope to speak to you soon. Bye-bye.